Today's episode of Turning Lights into Dollars, we have the gang making a stop in Houston to link with Chance and Vida of the world-famous Johnny Dang and Company jewelry store to see how they hustle.
Today, we're here in Houston with
Vida.
Chance.
All right, two of the youngest jewelers in charge over here at Johnny Dang. We're gonna just jump right into it. Like, how long y'all been doing jewelry?
2 years.
2 years?
Vida.
Yeah, about 2 years. A year and a half, going on my 2 years.
Okay.
I've been in and out, so this is my in and I ain't going back out type.
Okay. So what was it that got you to stick with jewelry?
Loving diamonds, I ain't gonna lie. Not only that, helping customers get what they want at the end of the day and seeing them get what they want and seeing them happy with their final product and just the feeling of knowing that I put that in production and I worked with them from rather us lip wrestling from start to finish, because there's so much that goes behind the scenes with just, that's why I like working in the game, because once they see their piece, they're like, oh shit, all right, this is why we come to Johnny Dang.
Okay, so seeing the satisfaction
for sure,
from the ideal aspect to the finished piece, and getting that sense of satisfaction, just really keeps you driven.
Oh, for sure. And then just seeing diamonds and low-key learning. I learn every day I come in here, so I love that. The fact that I can walk in somewhere and I can learn more and more about something I'm passionate about, that like I don't go home like, oh, I don't want to work there, I don't want to work there. I used to have jobs like that all the time. That's where I'm at, where I'm at now.
Okay.
So low-key, I'm very passionate about jewelry, so that's why I'm working it out, and shit, we're gonna keep thugging it out until we reach the top with Johnny Dang. We're already there, so we're gonna keep going.
Okay. What was it for you?
That kept me in the jewelry game?
Yeah. Well, that keeps you here, that makes this your hustle.
The environment, my peoples, it's the money for me.
Come on with it.
It's the money for me.
You gotta hold no
look,
punches.
that and then getting to meet a lot of people.
Okay.
Of course, the celebrities, that's always cool.
Mm-hmm.
You meet a lot of good people. We can't satisfy them all, but for the people that I have met, it's been more good experience than bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never even thought to pursue jewelry, ever. I thought it was probably one of the most boring things ever.
Same.
And then I landed here, like I said, 2 years ago, and ever since then, I've just been learning. Like, it's been a learning experience for me, because like I said, I never wanted to pursue jewelry ever. But when I got here, it was just different. I ended up learning, ear hustling a little bit. I learned the game by ear hustling, you know what I'm saying? I watched the older people here who've been here, and what, they taught me a lot. And then once I got that little spark, I wanted to just start learning more. I'm doing my own research, learning about diamonds, and you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I never thought I would feel that way about jewelry. But like he said, it's exciting. Putting together someone's imagination or their, their logo, to see it come to life in like diamonds and gold. Like, man, it's cool. It's a process though, like you said.
From start to finish, it's like literally.
It can be stressful too sometimes.
Yeah, very stressful. Very stressful. Going back and forth with the customer, and at times we want to make the customer happy, so it's stressful on our end because we want to make them happy.
Yeah.
So.
And don't put all the heat on the customers. It's not just the customers.
Because some of y'all...
We have production.
Okay.
And we have to push issues through our team. So sometimes it's an issue with a production or timing, ordering diamonds. So there's a lot that comes into play that doesn't get put on Front Street.
Okay.
Right.
That we know firsthand that this isn't all cake and this ain't all easy like it seems like it is.
It's a
when
process.
you see the product, you're like, oh, that's nice. Ooh, if you only knew what work went behind that.
Goes into it.
Running back and forth, changing the order. You have to go through our design team, production, managers. Like, it's really a big, long process. It's like stressful. Yeah. Johnny said that too. When I wanted to do jewelry, because I wasn't a salesman, okay? I didn't start off a salesman. I was a little door girl. I was like, hey, welcome to Johnny. Yeah, and then once I learned and I started showing them, hey, look, I'm going to learn the jewelry now. I know how to sell it. Y'all got to put me on. Yeah. And so I told Johnny that, and he's all like, I don't want you to do customs. He's like, because that's going to stress you out. He's like, that's too much stress. Yeah. I don't want you to be stressed here. I want you to, be happy.
And be comfortable.
So he was really concerned about my well-being as far as, hey, look, if I put you in customs, you are gonna be stressed out. He ain't lying though.
Okay.
But I mean, it's worth it because, like I said, it's definitely worth it. I don't ever leave here thinking like, oh, I don't want to be here, or oh man, this is just too much. Like, we always end up getting it right, and it makes it all better. Like I said, so.
So, can y'all eyeball a bad customer? Or sometimes, a customer that's gonna give you difficulty? Sometimes
I can. I don't know.
Yeah. It just depends. It's, like you said, customer. It just depends on the person. So like, it really depends. Like sometimes it can depend on how they come in. Sometimes it depends on y'all's first few interactions. Like, and sometimes it could be a miscommunication to where all that turns into a beautiful satisfaction and them walking out happy.
Had those before.
And that's a good thing. So when we come to get our pieces done, how you think we gonna be?
You're gonna be cool. I mean, you're gonna be cool. I feel the energy. Energy's cool. Energy's good. So.
Absolutely. So, what did you do before this?
I just was pursuing my modeling because I do modeling too outside of here.
Okay.
And
another hustle.
And then my own little business endeavors that I'm trying to get up off the ground.
Okay.
But I was working at a charity event, administrative assistant.
Okay.
So I'm doing computer work, phones, all that. Like, it was kind of boring, and I knew it wasn't for me because I was like, I can't be behind this desk all day. This isn't for me.
So.
You know?
That drove you to this hustle, or was it like a stop in between? Like, how did you get here?
How did I get here? Oh, I'll tell you how I got here. God put me here. No, facts. No, that's big facts.
Yeah.
I'm working at that charity organization, and it was cool. Don't get me wrong. I like being able to give to others. That was cool working for them. But as far as like the work, I just know I have so much life in me that I'm not supposed to just sit behind a desk and not be seen or not be able to breathe my life into others, you know. And so I was just praying on it. I was like, okay, God, like, I know this is not for me. Like, you have something in store for me. Whatever it is, bring it to me. So at that moment, I happened to be in cahoots with somebody that I was already working here.
Okay.
He put an ad up on Facebook talking about Johnny Dang needs to hire a female. And I said, what?
Come on.
Yeah, I was like, I gave him my resume. I was like, why didn't you tell me? So the very next day, I come in for an interview, and I meet Johnny. We exchange numbers and all that. It literally took me like 2 months before he hired me, though. But I'm the type where I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to keep asking until I get it. Very. So Johnny learned that about me. For 2 months straight, I was pretty much in cahoots with him, like, hey, what's up? You know, is the position still available? Eventually, he just texted me one day and was like, if you're still interested in the position, come on in. We'll discuss the hours. And I was just like, ooh. So my patience played a part in it, too. I had to be persistent. I had to remain patient. But I kept pressing the issue, and eventually, hey, I'm up in here. Everybody asks me that all the time, how did you get here? I'm like, I prayed.
Yeah.
Period. No, I give all that glory to God. I prayed, period.
And sometimes it be like that. Like, you know, me and my brother, we end up starting our own detail shop. And that's how it came for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just working jobs that we knew wasn't really going to be our end game. So it was more so like, all right, well, I'm finna call off. And I'm going to go home, I'm going to pray about this, and I'm going to go to bed. And the first thing on my mind was the detail shop. And we ran that for like 10, 11 years successfully. So then after that, it was just like, all right, now it's time for us to really do what we're going to do.
There you go.
How did you get here?
That's a long ass story, but honestly, to long story short, just to dumb it down, I was a hotel manager before this.
Okay.
And then I had a VIP manager of Johnny's come in, and they were expanding the business at the time. He kind of saw how I was moving, how I was just handling more than one person at one time. I could just run a business because I was a manager at that location. So he said once he expanded, he was going to reach out to me. Honestly, I thought he was bullshitting until he came in and he was like, hey, we actually expanding. And that's when I was like, I'm going to walk up there and see what the opportunity was. And
And it's been that since then.
Oh yeah, but ever since
diamond dancing Chance.
I see. Come on, man. Come on.
Ever since then, I ain't gonna lie, it has been a hustle. I've been through some loops in my life to like get to where I'm at now, and I can be thankful because where I'm at now, I could say a year ago I had $200 in my bank account, and like Johnny really, he really did something for me. He really changed my life on some real shit. And I've told him that personally. Like, real shit. And I've thanked him that personally because he has changed my life to where I can take care of my mother, I can take care of my brother, and not think twice about bills.
Yeah, and that's really what, you know what I'm saying, like when it comes down to it, that's what this hustle is about. That's what Life's a Hustle is about. It starts off for us, but then it ends up being for the people that's close to us.
Yeah.
You know, like our family, just people in general. Like this is a family business, and it's like, you know, everybody involved is close to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they've carved their way into it, and they handle what they handle. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I think what you guys doing is great, and it's creative.
Thank you.
Artistic. You know what I'm saying? Do you all ever, like, are there ever situations where you get frustrated with it?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I literally have to pray some days before coming up in here. I'll be like, "Oh God, let it be peaceful. Let my associates be at peace." Because one thing you don't want is an environment full of chaos.
Right.
There can be that pressure there, whether it be from another associate or a customer. There are those times where we get frustrated, and we don't want to express that to each other because then it's going to make the tension here at work worse. So we definitely have those days.
Yeah, but the best thing is how you deal with that frustration.
True.
Honestly. So,
And that was going to be my next question. I see you're into jiu-jitsu.
yeah. So
Does that help?
It does a lot, honestly. So, I mean, mixed martial arts has changed my life in many different ways.
Okay.
I did mixed martial arts with my little brother.
Mm-hmm.
Always wanted to do that shit, but when I got in there, I thought I knew everything about fighting. I didn't know shit about fighting.
Yeah.
When somebody come in there and I'm like, I got him. But low key, he been in there for 10 years. He put me in something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It dumps me down. It humbles me to show me like, you don't know shit.
Yeah.
You're just learning.
Yeah.
You learn every day.
Period.
So that humbled me, brought me down to my core to where, shit, I'm very humble and I don't know anything.
Okay.
And so I can learn everything.
Yeah. That's a good way to be open to learning.
You know.
Learning helps you move to the next phase of, you know what I'm saying, what you're putting yourself into as in jewelry, because, you know, there are other jewelers who are in you guys' position or even just getting into it, and they need some motivation, you know what I mean, to see how it goes to get to the next level. And if they keep following y'all and y'all keep going to the top or just branching off, it helps them. And that's what this is for.
That's good.
Does Johnny help you guys a lot?
Yeah.
Outside of...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like that's another thing that's a blessing about him. He's very humble and
very helping.
Yeah, very helping. I mean, he has charity organizations. They don't really get a lot of light shine on them, but he does like do the organization as far as charity and other things that people really don't hear about. I see a lot of comments that get made sometimes on his Instagram about, oh, well, what has Johnny ever done for the community? He don't ever get back to the community. I'm like, but y'all are asleep. Like, y'all are asleep. We do plenty for the community. You know, we have our own events here. They haven't got to take place this year because of the corona. But every year we usually have like a crawfish boil and all this other stuff that we did not get to do. But I'm going to defend his name in that, like, he does do for the community. The community may not see it, but us being here, and I'm not just saying this because I work here, but he does do for the community, and he does do, you know, for his team. Because I believe one thing, too, a good boss is going to take care of his team to make sure his team takes care of him and his business. So, in turn, you know, that's what it is.
Is it competitive here?
Oh, very competitive.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. Johnny don't look at nobody as competition. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, as far
he
as
does
any competition
not.
out here,
Right. He don't ever look at somebody as a competitor.
It's Johnny Dang.
Yeah, and you can't compete where you don't compare.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Come on, man.
you know what I'm saying? So, I have never seen Johnny get worried about what the next jeweler is doing. We don't ever mention other. You don't ever say, "Well, Icebox is this."
Ain't gonna get shaken.
You don't ever see this man mention another jeweler come out his mouth. He don't care.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can't compete where you don't compare. So, as far as within our circle, though, we try to remain humble and as a team.
No,
you know,
we're very a good team. I say no competition in house, but as far as competition, I just say like it's best to always just like kind of put somebody on game. Hey, we just did this. Come on, like just amp them up to do better. You always want to motivate the next person. So we're really good on that. I feel like the VIP team, we're really good on just motivating. I mean, one another and just making sure everybody's happy. And that's why I like Johnny, because I look at him as a mentor. Because there's times he's come to me personally and spoke to me on some mentor ship.
Yeah.
And just make me look at different scenarios and situations different, and make me take a step back to even just think for a minute, you know, and like, all right, that makes sense, you know? And I appreciate I appreciate everything he's done for me, and I appreciate the opportunity he's given me and everybody that's worked here. Because, I see he changes a lot of people's lives.
He really does.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he does.
You can't really beat that. Well, like again, I want to thank y'all for y'all time. Let them know where they can find y'all on social media.
Hey, it's I Am Chancellor. That's IAMCHANCELOR. I Am Chancellor. Yeah.
You can find me at let me spell it out because it's kind of long. I am period life, LIFE, aka Vida, VIDA.
All right, that's a wrap for us.
Diamond Woods.
Diamond Girls! Don't forget the Diamond Girls!